How's it going, everybody? Mystify here, the owner of the Lounge Network. Today, I want to go through our very first thing that we want to do for 2026, and that's going to be our regularly updated Lounge Network developer updates. So, as of today, we have a lot of questions, a lot of speculations, and a lot of it's something happening or not. So today, myself, I want to walk through what is happening, what we're working on, and why some things are taking a little longer than you might expect. This whole entire update is about clarity and not to hype anything up. Some things are locked in while some things are still being built. We have some things that are intentionally being slowed down so we don't cause any issues landing on the line. With that being said, let's get right into it. Policies and transparency. We are actively working on tweaking and restructuring our policies, not to make them harsher, not to loosen everything, but to make them clearer and more transparent. We have a lot of frustration coming from the ambiguity, but not from what applies, from how to it's enforced, and why actions happen. That's on us to improve. So we're reviewing wording, structuring, and how policies are presented with that goal in mind. Expectations are easier to understand. Enforcement is more consistent. Members are not left guessing. This is an ongoing work that we will have changes roll out incrementally rather than all at once, so we can make sure that they are up to standards for the Lounge Network. Internal systems and tools. A lot of our time right now is spending on things that mostly matter, that members don't really interact with. We're improving our internal systems and tools used by our staff to handle reports, appeals, logs, case tracking, and internal workflows. Why does that matter? It's mainly because our tooling is going to be more easier for faster response times, more consistent outcomes, fewer mistakes, and less burnout for our staff team. And yes, does this mean that more reports will be processed overall? But this means that a standard shift is a tooling and efficiency improvement in total. We want to make sure that our staff team has the right tools necessary to make sure they can do their job professionally and correctly for the Lounge Network. Community experience updates. We're also making changes to aim at our overall community experience. This includes onboarding and first impressions, how information is communicated, long-term engagement, and clarity across the network. Some of these updates will be small quality of life improvements, while others are going to be more structural. Not everything will all land at once, and that's intentional. We want to make sure that changes feel stable and not chaotic. Also, I want to address this really quickly as well. Why is this taking so long is a question that we always get. And we know things are taking longer than expected for people that see certain things that are being updated constantly with the Lounge Network. That's because a lot of our rebuilding is foundational. Once it's live, it affects moderation, appeals, training, automations, and of course our community trust. Rushing this would cause more problems than it would solve issues, and we understand that in the past. And we hear you guys when we say that. So yes, it's going to be slow, but it's going to be slow on purpose, so we can make sure that we do the right things so our community can be happy and less frustrated. With that topic in mind, this leads into the law enforcement reform. This is one of the largest projects currently in progress by our team. We're restructuring the Lounge law enforcement, including a new dedicated hub server that's going to be a 2.0, successing the old one. A separate server is going to be built mainly for all LEO operations, alongside with new bots, a new layout and role structure, a redesigned approach to training and onboarding for new officers on top of that. The goal is here for more clarity, stability, and consistency for both officers and staffing managing them. This is all due to the fact that we have seen a lot of issues with our current LEO hub server. We have seen many of our government officials putting in new people in and also having old people go out. This means that there's going to be a lot of chaotic and disorganization across all departments. So we want to make sure that for our new members that are coming into the Lounge Network, we want to make sure that they have a welcoming and understanding and organized environment within the law enforcement. Now, this is not a service level redesign, it's a rebuild of how LEO functions across the whole entire network in the Lounge. Bot, automations, and yes, even fun ones. We're also expanding and redefining our bot ecosystem. Some bots are going to be strictly utility-based, aka mainly just doing our moderation, login automations, and other forms like that for our staff team, while others are meant for improvement engagement and quality of life, like our music bots that we have. Now, we learned from our past launches that even good bots can have early hiccups. Because of that, we're going to be doing more testing, staging rollouts, and avoiding pushing things network-wide until they are stable. When we launch our bots, we have a clear goal in mind, and that's to actually reduce workload, improve consistency, and also making sure they don't add any more chaoticness, and also making sure they actually have a good function for the Lounge Network. The Forgiveness Program. I want to touch base on the Forgiveness Program. I've talked about it in the past several times in other meetings and so on and so forth that other members have noticed. And if new members don't know, this is more about a forgiveness program that will be helping other people that had older or low impact issues to be reevaluated. Members who have demonstrated improvements over time over the years or months that being in the Lounge, and issues that don't want to show that they are that defining person in the lounge with all those punishments. Now, this is not going to be a full-on blanket reset when they get into it, and it will also not apply to people that have serious or repeating violations. It's more about fairness, growth, and acknowledgement of positive change. And we want to do that for all members across the board and in the lounge network. More details will come out more once we have a structure that can be fully finalized and share with you guys. Conclusion and moving forward. As we move into 2026, our goal is to not reinvent the lounge or sanitize it or turn it into something that's going to be fully unrecognizable. The goal is to make sure what already exists is more stable, cleaner, and easy to trust. The lounge is home to a mixed-age community. While much of our user base is older, we still have younger members that are coming in every single day. And the reality matters, it's something that we need to take seriously when shaping our policies, moderation, and facing public spaces. Now, with that in mind, we want to make sure that the lounge remains in a space where adults can be adults in appropriate spaces. Younger members are protected and not put in situations where they shouldn't be in. Communities can grow without consistent friction, and rules are more understandable and applied consistently. Balancing those realities isn't always simple, and it's something always defining what belongs in a public space, what belongs in restricted or private areas, and ensuring that the expectations for our community can be fully communicated before issues happen and not after. At the same time, we have a responsibility to make sure that our network is safe, sustainable, and scalable as it grows. That's why we're investing heavily into better infrastructure, cleaner policies, and internal systems, even when that work isn't immediately visible. With that in mind, we hear the feedback about clarity loud and clear. Moving forward, you'll see better communication around changes, enforcement, expectations, so members aren't left guessing why or what happened. So this means that some updates will roll out quietly, while others will be announced ahead of time. Not every change will be exciting, but the change is the aim to make sure that the lounge is healthier and more reliable long term. And that wraps up our Lounge Network Developer Update. We know there's been a lot of questions, discussions, and feedbacks over this past few months and years, and we genuinely appreciate everyone who has taken their time to share their thoughts constructively. Your feedback helps shape the direction that we take, and even when changes take some time to land. We'll continue sharing updates when things are finalized and ready to roll out, so keep an eye on those announcements. There's more coming in 2026. We're excited to show you exactly what's going to be coming next. Thank you for being part of the Lounge Network, and we will see you in the next update. Happy holidays and Happy New Year's.